I am spending a percentage of my karma to bring you good luck.
Tell me how that works. I hope
Well,
I have.
see, karma is a currency. It's you get it for doing good things, and you can spend it on behalf of other people. You just can't use your own good karma to benefit your own life, because then that's bad karma.
That's why I'm single. Shit, I've been no wonder it never worked.
Dang.
Actually, those who actually believe in karma as a personal faith, it's not transactional at all. It's just always do the right thing.
Well,
I understand this, but this is Debbie karma, asterisks.
Okay. Do unto others, let's burn them.
Not affiliated with any religious institutions, living or dead.
Good way to put it.
I mean, we post on OnlyFish, so.
Is anyone else coming? We've only got 4 people right now.
Catherine didn't sign up.
My God! Hey, Leilu, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good night. I saw that you're not able to make it. I'm sorry. Phil will happily take your coffer.
Hmm? Take a coffer.
Car ride? Car ride?
Switch up, but where's the YouTubes?
Here, maybe I'll switch to healer since we don't have one of those. What's the YouTube? Where's the YouTube?
It's up there. It's just going up now.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nix! It is maps! Maps tonight. Maps every Friday night. Maps.
We have room.
We have room if anyone would like to join. We're only at mid capacity. No, it's okay. So 2 things. If you do feel up to it, we'll happily have you, Leilu. Second thing, we all had a mini group therapy session at the beginning of stream, so we're gonna keep it lighthearted. So, we are going to do our absolute feckin' darndest. So...
Bold words for somebody in complaining range.
It's like, you don't really count because you complain about everything. It's not any special occasion.
I told him that a long time ago, and he never believed me.
Oh, Nyx is coming. Okay, we'll do this one, and then whoever wants to join, let me know, and we'll pick you up.
What willful ignorance.
Who won at therapy? No one. No one won at therapy.
I win at everything forever.
Listen, I think this is going to be a 3 coffer night. That's what I think.
I'll take under 3-1. Oh, we're not betting? Sure.
I think the Fates will actually throw a ton just because they want to spite you now.
That's an advanced psychology. That's what I was planning.
Speaking of mental health meltdowns, my poor husband has been stressed for most of the day. He had a very crazed conversation with his brother who has some mental health problems.
Hey, Anthony.
He swears up and down he created a popular game. And my husband literally had to go through and check timelines to see if that was possible.
Okay, whoa. I said hi to Anthony. Hi, Anthony. But now I don't know what's going on in this conversation. He is delusional and thinks he created a game? Or...
We're pretty sure that's what it is, but it's one of those things where, yeah, he's not medicated, bless his heart. He's not a bad person, it's just... He started ranting about how he created a very popular game. I'm not going to name it, because I don't want anything to come back to identify him at all. And he's naming people's names and stuff. I'm going, well, that's the name of the actual creator, but the timelines don't match. And I'm like, and lately he's been telling my husband, oh, I had a dream that mom, or I remembered a phone conversation I had with their late mom before she passed. And my husband's going, my mother would never have said anything like that. I'm like, take it with a grain of salt. He's sometimes sees things in the mirror. But my husband was so freaked out by it that he literally sat there with me for like 2 hours going through timelines to go, is it possible? Is there any possibility at all? And I'm going, no. There's like a 5-minute window in the early 2000s that there could be a maybe. And I'm going, but who he was living with at the time doesn't match his own story.
Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, brains are weird. And the thing with brains is if there is any sort of loose wire at all, your brain will try desperately to fit it into some semblance of sense. So the brain is exceptionally good at protecting itself because the brain can't consider that the brain is wrong. So people who do have kind of short circuits in their brain can come up with elaborate stories to make the world they know make sense. And it can be really hard for outside people to tell the difference because it sounds so convincing.
And that's what I told him. I'm like, look, you know, with him having these other stories pop into his memory, if you will. And of course, a memory is just the brain trying to retrieve details of a memory that's already happened. And like any memory, the more you try to remember it, or unless you have video evidence to collaborate it and refresh your memory that way, parts and pieces can get changed and look different. I swore up and down when I was a child, my aunt came to my school when my baby sister was born to tell me. And my mom laughed and goes, it wasn't your aunt. Your aunt wasn't available, but our friend, insert different name, was the one who came to the school and told you and your sister that your baby sister had been born. And I'm like, I could have swore it was my aunt. And she goes, no, it was not your aunt. It was the other person who was listed on approved adults to come into the school and tell you things.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, for the longest time, and of course, you know, I look back when I saw a picture of the second person, I'm going, well, that makes sense. She does resemble my aunt, but, you know, different face, slightly different hair color. But the way she, like, moved about the world was so similar. But my little 7-year-old brain at that time took it in as it was a totally different person that was there.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who have poo brain,
What'd you do?
nothing yet. Why? Why would you think I did something yet?
Wait, where is it?
I never know, but when you start a conversation like that, I do worry about you, my friend.
HYN.
Well, I don't have poo brain.
It's an actual medical condition, poo brain.
That's why you don't pick on certain people. Hey, leave him alone. He's got poo brain. He can't help it.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
got poo brain if we're talking about addicted to honey.
Okay. Didn't see that.
Wait, is this
Yeah.
going somewhere? Is there a story here?
A piglet. Like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, dear.
Exactly.
Okay, and happy birthday, Nathan. Happy birthday.
Woo!
We are not alone.
Thank you.
Insert the Weird Al Yankovic birthday song here.
Wait, which one is that one?
God. Thanks for that.
I'll send you a link later. I don't want you to get like copyright strike
Oh,
or anything
okay.
like that. I will mention it, celebrate it.
But I
and
mean,
then
what
talk.
song is it sung to? Because he always does covers of other things.
This one is not a cover. It's an original
Oh.
Weird Al Yankovic off his original album. Yep, and it's his own version of a birthday song. And thinking about the lyrics right now, it is very fitting for the time frame.
Okay. Who's high?
I'll find a link and post it in your memes channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at those.
Oh, that is a terrible laugh. Whose laugh is that? Wait,
Come
what?
on.
What did I just do? Oh, man.
It's like you're not even
I clicked on a random teleport. I should never do that. Okay. I'm
Debbie's
coming.
got-
Healer's coming. You
Oh,
guys
yeah, I
are
came
fine.
into the
You
wrong
got this.
activity.
La 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 la.
Debbie's got advanced blue brain.
I kind of, like I said, I've been awake since 3:30 in the morning. I haven't napped. I am just, it is what it is.
What time is it now?
7:15.
Hey, it was added
It's
to
pretty
your
rough.
meme channel on Discord.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. See, it's that Canadian politeness.
Why up so early? I was up that early for work. On Fridays, I do the price changes for the entire grocery store that I work at, so I have to start very early in the morning to get them all up before the store opens. So,
Ooh, I used to do that.
yeah. It's a nice job. I have no issue with the job whatsoever, and I really like getting off at 1:30 in the afternoon, but waking up early is
Who
is
wouldn't
rough.
like to get off at 1:30 in the afternoon?
Exactly.
Afternoon delight, am I right?
He said what I was thinking, and I was just trying to behave.
Where are people going?
Where? It's chaos, I tell you. Chaos.
I don't think they want to play with us anymore.
I'm just heading towards the map link that somebody sent.
We just follow Phil. Just follow Indigo, and he will tell us where we need to go.
Because Zoe's not here.
Yeah. Well, Zone, I think I saw him in Eureka. He's doing the weapons.
Oh,
We wish him the best. Well
Bless.
wishes
I
go
really
out to
had that
Zoem.
instinct. That instinct to say, well, bless his heart.
Yeah, yeah. Best of luck. But for all of us, I mean, we've got the live letter next week that will tell us what's going on with the next exploratory zone in 7-2.
Crescent Isle or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I'm really like super excited about it. I'm not like sitting here going, "Dang, you know what I wish? I wish there was another grind in this game." But I know a lot of people are really excited for it. So I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum, but
I will. There's
It wouldn't happen
also
any other way.
they're doing the Ishtarrak restoration style thing also at the same time, aren't they?
yeah.
That ought to be fun. All the sweaty tryhards can't do them both at the same time.
I mean, if I had to choose, I'm going after the crafting gathering. Because I had so much fun during the Ishgardian rankings. I know it's probably not going to be ranking based this time because that had issues, but you know what? If it's still as sweaty, I'm probably all for it.
Yep, Debbie's got blue brain. You're gonna be streaming for like 4 days straight. I'm rank 13.
Possibly.
Haven't slept.
Look, Ishgardian rankings almost killed me. I was the subset of the population who like logged in first thing in the morning and was in Diadem through several lockouts until like I just couldn't do it anymore. So
and you were competing against bots.
Right, but I got my titles. I ranked on both quarters, both halves. I don't know. If it's two, it's probably both.
You don't wear that title forever?
No.
It's a bold move.
I know. Right now I'm Seeker of Skill, but I'm thinking of putting back on my World Class Troller title because that's how I feel.
Seems legit.
And not a lot of people have that yet still. Like, I expected it to be quite a popular one, but I really don't see anyone wearing it.
Most people got food rings.
It's only 3 million ocean fishing points, I mean.
Yeah, it's only this thing that's time gated, and if your boat screws up, you're screwed no matter what. Like, yeah, no, totally easy case.
Yeah.
And I think we found our term of the night. It is poo brain.
Poo brain, absolutely.
Gold Heart, thank you for playing.
Onion,
Oh, jeez.
eggplant. Garlic. No, leave the queen alone. AoE's off. There we go. Tomato. Tomato must die. Okay. You guys are stressing me out.
Messing with your income.
Oh my god, someone died. Maybe I should heal.
You should do your job.
Someone should be like, dude, can you at least just do your job? Listen, not when there's Gil on the line.
Heal now, talk later.
Exactly, that's what revive is for. The death is only temporary, the Gil is permanent.
Okay.
I don't think the word means what you think it means.
Jeff will do whatever has the best glamour or mounts. Okay, that's entirely fair. Disco! Disco!
Oh.
No disco.
No disco. Safety second, everyone. Yes! That's exactly what I'm talking about. Listen, try to keep your heart beating if you can. If not, then I'll pick you up eventually. Also, thank you to the 2 summoners in the party who are doing my job for me. Oh.
Clutch physic right there.
Right. Oops. All things in moderation.
Don't want to hear your healer say, oops. Oh no. Oh crap, he died.
Oh, right, I'm healer. That moment where you're sitting there and going, oh my god, this healer sucks so bad, and then you look over and you see that the healer is you, and you're like, oh. Well. Boy, am I pushing the wrong buttons.
Why is there green next to my name?
Well, she queued his wake.
No, it happens, like, disappointingly often during Alliance Roulette.
You criticize yourself without knowing?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
They all threw out AoEs rather fast.
Get R done.
I
Yes,
do
yeah.
have a problem in game right now, and that is my current hyperfixation is fishing. So all of my retainers are filled with fish.
Why?
So because I'm also a hoarder and I can't throw anything out, but I'm catching way too many fish to keep in one spot. So
vendor then.
but I might want to put them in an aquarium or on a canvas.
What?
You can catch some more later, sweetie. Go ahead and sell that.
Yeah, you got them once, you can get them again.
You don't have to. You don't have to drop Chocobo. We can wait a second for you to go drop those. I'm sure other people have to too.
Oh, we're dropping deuces? Alright.
No. Well, tomes. I was referring to tomes, but
There
Hey,
goes him
you-
with his poo brain.
You gave me Cardia. You don't
I
want us to-
know. It was the beginning of the dungeon, so it doesn't jinx it at the very beginning.
Oh, that's the rule. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
But if I
I don't-
forget and then put it on later, we're hooped. So
Pooped?
hooped.
Is that a Canadian thing?
I thought it was a basketball thing, but sure.
Poop.
Hooped.
Okay.
What? Is it just an old Debbie thing? I don't know.
I didn't say you were old, but you know, if you want to volunteer that.
I'm old.
Legit.
I've had to start saying I resemble that remark.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, no, for sure. I should be better at spending mine, but I'm terrible at it. In fact, I just noticed my poetics are maxed. So
You just noticed. I've known
I
mine.
just
maxed.
noticed.
Someone's like, spend them on duck bones. I'm like, ducks don't have bones, you idiot.
Why buy duck bones
Let's
when you
say-
can buy dirt? I spend mine on dirt.
So duck bones are apparently per poetic under normal market conditions, the best thing tombstone to gill that you can get if you want to avoid a volatile market. Like if you don't trust any of the markets that like coke and Razak sap and all that stuff go into, you just buy duck bones with it and then you vendor a whole stack for a
But-
ton.
I mean, I turn my poetics into dirt, and then I turn the dirt into Thavnarian onions, so...
Yeah, but you don't make the Thavnarian onions from the dirt. The dirt just helps you make the Thavnarian onions.
Yes. Disco! Oh my god.
Ergo, it's just dirt.
In America, first you get the sugar, then you get the power, then you get the women.
Wait, what? Power women?
Yeah, but the sugar barons already did all that.
Okay, I need to look for my next map anyway, so... Oh, you didn't have to drop.
Really, I load so slow. I don't want to hold you guys up. It's cool.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold everyone up trying to... Oh, I think I found my map. Never mind. Scratch that!
What am I scratching? So is everybody getting their minds ready for that Valentine's Day?
I mean, no. I don't think I've celebrated Valentine's Day since I was in elementary school. But...
The 20-year anniversary of our first date is a week after it.
Oh, cool.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thanks.
So I think I will amend that. The only time I've ever done anything for Valentine's Day was the first Valentine's I spent with my husband. And he was at work that day and I was off. So he came home to me having ordered like a spread of 20 different types of chicken wings all laid up on the table and the game on. So
Ew.
that's as Valentine's-y as I get, is a whole bunch of chicken wings and a sports game.
I think I'm in love.
It's not a bad option there.
I mean-
Chicken, you say?
Chicken wings?
I mean, to the girl who grew up in Buffalo going, yum!
Nice.
But I mean, I think the place I ordered from kind of helped me out a bit because they sent the wings in like some really corny heart-shaped cardboard containers. Oh, this is mine.
Because every guy there was like, make this shit rock. It never happens.
A lot of pizzerias do heart-shaped pizzas and heart-shaped boxes now.
And that works.
Heart-shaped
I get it.
indigestion. Let's go.
Right.
Yum yum.
I'll
Hey,
take it.
I meant Urko. You can invite me if you don't get a portal.
Okie dokie. Go.
Thank you much.
As long as you're in the zone, even if we have a chest up, I can invite you.
Okay. I wasn't sure exactly when the lockout happens.
Yeah. But it's just if you're in a different zone, I can't as long as the portal is, or as long as the chest is up. Okay. Oh, wait, this is mine. I had already forgotten. It was like 30 seconds and I had already forgotten.
Not only are you the healer,
You guys are in danger. I don't know how else to say this. Your lives are in peril.
Doesn't click fast.
Picturing little Ralphie. I'm in danger!
absolutely.
Oh, troops. I will attempt to keep people alive and not focus so much on them.
Healer be healing. Yay! You got this. I believe in you.
Well,
Don't
they-
fall asleep.
4, 5. Man, it's a good thing I'm a shield healer. Okay.
Why is that?
Well, it means as long as I remember to put up a shield, I usually don't have to do anything more than that.
That's what I like about Scholar. You just let the fairy do it all. When you remember that you have a fairy.
Right?
Are scholars supposed to be healers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I've been doing wrong this whole time.
Let's go.
Pile of gold.
If you want, I can back up heal.
I think we're fine. We do good with the DPS, but I just need to... I need to do my job. Hey!
You
Let's
heard it here
go.
first, folks. Debbie doesn't do her job.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I can't lie. I'm spotty at best. I have all the greatest intentions. I'm just very forgetful. Arr. What's this? Oh, someone still hasn't rolled on the pile of gold.
It was me. I'm sorry.
No worries. Yay!
We're doing it. We're really doing it.
Why'd you say that out loud?
Ah.
Yes. You said the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet.
Oh, I'm definitely in danger.
Am I not hitting these?
Open. Open. Yay! Let's go.
Never understood why that particular term caught on.
Which term?
When people get excited, they shout, "Let's go." And it's like, everybody there is not participating with you, buddy.
Yeah, dang it. Now you make me want to Google it. I do like looking up origins of phrases.
Symbology.
I'll look that up for you. So you can
Okay.
focus on healing.
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Hey,
that was a
healing
close
based
one.
framework.
You hollering at me?
I'm standing in the AoE.
You're a healer.
That is the upside of playing a healer, is you can accidentally get hit by stuff and heal yourself and no one will notice.
Oh, we may not say anything, but we notice.
Ba-dum-bum.
Go, go, go!
Am I supposed to need a greed?
Need if you brought a map. If you brought at least one map and are contributing, then you can need everything. Open.
I have brought 2.
And disco. No, we were so close to the end.
Now you said it's the phrase "Let's go," correct?
Yeah.
Gained popularity during World War II when it was used by American soldiers to signal the start of a mission or to indicate that it was time to move out. Since then, it has become part of the American English and is widely used in various contexts. Evidence for the phrase can be found as early as 1615 in Shakespeare Comedy of Errors.
That was way before World War II, though.
Evidence for it, but the popularity of it is
Oh,
derived from
okay, okay. I'm like, unless my history is completely wrong.
Yep. Your history is completely right. Shakespeare was before World War II. There were a couple of other wars in there between the two, for sure.
At least one. Yeah.
As I type in how many wars were between 1615 and
All of them. All of them.
Depends on which countries you're involved in.
It's going to be a lot.
There was that one with the fascist dictator. There was that other one with the fascist dictator.
Don't forget
Okay,
about the one with
Phil,
the king
we're
who
shutting
became
you
a fascist
down.
king.
Why? Getting too close to current events?
Another heritage found.
What about the one with the birds?
The war with the birds?
Yeah, Australia versus the birds.
I thought it was
I don't think I've heard that.
mice.
Yeah, and they've lost to the emu. The emus won.
Yeah,
Wait,
they
what?
Sure did.
The emus won the war?
Yes, they did.
Check out the Great Emu War in Australia. The emus
it's
did
looking up.
win. Yeah.
Oh, good lord, it popped right up.
Because it actually happened.
After that, check out the Denmark-Canadian War. It literally just ended.
Wait, what? You guys were in a war? What did they do?
Okay,
The Emu War took place in... Oh, go ahead.
it was a contested piece of the Arctic that our two countries have been fighting over for hundreds of years, and literally we didn't care a whole heck of a lot because it's just frozen Arctic. So every now and again, like, each side would go there, tear off the other person's flag, and like put a bottle of like spirits there, vodka or grain alcohol or something. And then, yeah, they would just keep flipping back and forth. We'd just go there, tear out their flag, and they'd go there and tear out our flag, and yeah.
You're playing capture the flag with a foreign nation. That is the most
White
Canadian
war
thing in the world.
Exactly.
That is the best Canadian war ever.
Oh. Sorry, now what about emus?
Happened in 1932. It was a public nuisance war. The emus were tearing up crops and destroying stuff in the wheat belt of Australia. The unsuccessful attempt to curb the emu population deployed the Royal Australian Artillery soldiers armed with Lewis guns, which I'm not sure what those are. Probably some kind of early machine cuckoo. Leading to the media to adopt the name Emu War.
They deployed the military against the emu.
Yeah,
And
so though
lost.
many birds
And the
were
military
unalive,
lost.
the emu yeah, many birds were unalive, but the population persisted and continued to cause crop destruction.
Okay.
They're
The
saying
emus won.
Fun Debbie fact, I have eaten emu.
Oh, is it good?
I can't get
Yeah.
I've
I
heard
mean,
it's amazing. It's
I had it
really
in-
red.
yeah, I had it in a Japanese restaurant, but
Oh, this is my map, sorry.
howdy,
No, I've
Prince.
heard it's like really good steak.
Hmm.
I don't know why people say unalive. We're
Kangaroo, on the other hand, is supposed to be terrible.
not on TikTok.
It was a jerky. It was very tough.
Well, that's jerky for you.
Well, I think the furthest we've been is floor 4. We haven't had anything exciting drop yet, but it's going. And to answer your question, Phil, the reason people say the unalived word is because YouTube censors the D word. So in order to get past YouTube censorship, people started saying it.
So they can't talk about a perfectly natural function of life.
No.
Ask
Why?
Gas the Mortician. She's had so many of her videos demonetized
Yeah.
for, being educational and talking about the industry in which revolves around the natural process of the end-of-life care and so forth. But yeah, most of her stuff, it's literally a running joke now. Go to my Patreon, drop a few cents, because we already know it's going to get demonetized.
Yeah. Oh, Phil can get 2 honeysuckers.
Yeah, the bold
Yeah!
of you just roll on that.
Do I roll need on both or no?
Yeah.
If you brought map, you roll need if you want. If you
Exactly.
don't.
Debbie, I think I found my official title for help or for being here on Friday nights. I'll do the web searches for you. So
Okay,
you
I
can-
love that. You're the lady in the chair. You like fact check. Okay.
I like that title.
Oh, we got a fact checker? I'm about to talk a lot of shit then.
Some
Just
music
literally
mic.
Google whatever.
kidding,
No,
just
no,
kidding.
don't do that.
I do not need to have somebody in a special uniform knocking on my front door. I rent. I kind of, need to stay here till we move. My mom joked tonight. She goes, "Yeah, with things going the way they are, maybe our move won't be to New York." Like, "Oh, really?" She goes, "Maybe it'll be to Canada." I
Good
said, "I
call,
got
Mama.
friends up there."
Listen,
I like that idea.
The benefit of living in a socialist system is the more people that live here, the better quality of care we receive because the more people are paying into it. So
Now, are your taxes a flat tax or is it a rate per, income base?
it's a flat rate, but it is dependent on what province you live in. So half of our taxes are federal and the other half is provincial. So each province has its own tax rate depending on what sort of benefit they bring to the country. Like Alberta's tax rate is the lowest because they provide a lot of the oil. So
Nice. I'd like to provide oil. I could dress up like an oil baron.
I can get my percentage of the pipeline if I just move back to Alaska, but that's not an idea. And if you're born there, you get a percentage just for being born there.
Be nice. Is that transferable, by the way?
Nope, have to continue residency. The minute you leave the state, it discontinues your yearly dividend.
So you lost it already.
That stuff ended when I was like a baby.
okay, but if you're interested in getting paid to live somewhere stupid, Canada has that too. If you
where?
go to our northern province of Nunavut, or territory of Nunavut,
I don't like the sound of that. This is bad news bears.
they will pay you to live there because of the difference in cost of living. You get like a yearly check to reside there.
Probably not.
Probably not enough, but if you don't like people and do like ice, it's a fantastic opportunity.
It's like dealing with Newfies when you can't speak Newfie. it's not a good time.
You can't speak Newfie?
Because
No, I
they
can't.
want none of it. Hey, Zergle. Hey, Zoam.
Hey guys!
I can't speak Newfoundlander.
Yeah, it involves cutting off the portion of your brain, or starving the portion of your brain of oxygen that translates, like, thought into speech.
They talk like Poggy with diarrhea mouth.
Well, I could understand him clearly, and that was a fun chore in and of itself, so that shouldn't
What?
be too bad.
With diarrhea mouth.
I also
They
speak
just-
humble, so
You just keep going.
I can't understand Newfoundlander.
And you live in
I'm gonna have
Canada.
to.
Yeah,
For
I live on the
sure.
west coast. In fact, I live on an island off the coast of the west coast. I am as far away from it as you can possibly get.
Without being Alaskan.
Well, Alaskan isn't Canada, so...
I know, it's being silly.
What would you give us for Alaska, by the way?
They're not the ones who sold Alaska. That was Russia.
Okay,
I'm
fact
asking
checker, I need you to Google it.
If they want to buy it,
What would we give you for it?
yeah, what would you give us for it? Deb's like Newfoundland.
Well, so here's the thing.
We'll give you the Newfies.
I am on Team Cascadia. I still think that there should be a third country, or I guess a fourth country in North America, and it should be Cascadia, and it should be Alaska, British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and California. It should be one country, just the east coast of the America. Because,
West Coast.
West Coast, sorry.
So
Poop brain.
What would stop that country from immediately being invaded by America for its oil reserves? Oh, and
I'm gonna pass on that question.
Nothing. Nothing would stop that country from being annexed.
I mean, because it's 2025 and we'd like to think the world has moved to a place of good faith as opposed to World War, but
Don't chew him up! Don't chew him up!
Eating green.
is Phil trolling me? What's going on?
Yes!
Ah!
I got his voice is cut off, like he was murdered.
Goodwill, faith. Those are foreign concepts to our current leadership.
Hey, Circle, are you joining?
Oligarchy. That
It was
used to
easier
be
than typing.
foreign word. Oh, that's fine.
Phil, you want a cookie?
I won't be playing though.
Send him.
Oh, okay.
I'm like laying in bed, not feeling so great. So
Aw, I hope you feel better.
I blame the rain. It started raining now. For the next 5 days.
It's raining here too.
Yeah, and here too.
And here too.
I mean, yeah.
It's like
I
the
really
skies
try not to complain about whether that isn't killing me, but
Guys,
It's not killing me either, but
Trying it
it's
out.
a.
Sinus pressure was.
I'm a little sad though because there's supposed to be like a Lunar New Year festival tomorrow. That was all outside. I think they might cancel it now.
Yeah.
Those little lions can't get wet.
Well, it's because
Well,
most of
so-
them are made of paper mache. Or
Uh,
silk cloth.
We're also not allowed to have diversity in this country.
Would you stop
okay,
it?
Phil.
okay, like,
Don't make us time you out.
Take a break. Why? It's happening. Just because we don't talk about it doesn't mean it's not happening.
No.
It's not
It's
happening
not that
elsewhere.
it's not that I'm discouraging the discourse around the situation. It's that we promised for one night we were going to chill.
Got John Hancock on that paperwork. I can't find it. Let me find my glasses. I don't seem to see mine.
Remember the statement about give her one stream that won't be demonetized?
Debbie needs her funds.
Starving streamer. Yeah. Bum, bum.
Munching streamer.
Especially with that celiac. That stuff's not cheap.
Oh God, tell me
Oh.
about it.
I
That
can't-
reminds me. I bought like these like gluten-free cookies. These like Mexican shortbread cookies at the store the other day, and they were literally I think 3 times the price of the cookies next to it, and it was like half the amount.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh. So yeah,
They're
I've
good
got
though.
I know. Some of the food is really good. I've got a mountain of receipts I have to go through before I do my taxes. All because of gluten-free food. Because I can claim the difference in the cost. But it involves, like, keeping a very detailed spreadsheet and all of the receipts.
Bureaucracy at its finest.
Exactly.
We'll give you this bonus. How do you feel about paperwork?
So it's like what I have to do is write down everything gluten-free that I've purchased and the cost I paid for it, and then find an equivalent item and the price I would have paid for it, get the difference between the two items, the median difference, and then times it by the number of those items purchased, and that is the amount I can claim as a medical expense.
Dude, do they do that for all allergies there?
Just celiac.
Oh,
Just things that'll kill you.
Well, pretty much. Like, celiac is legit doing damage to your body, but...
yeah, my corn
But
allergy
so-
was doing the same thing.
Do you not
Yeah.
have to like show like a receipt of like what you bought to prove that you bought like a gluten-free thing?
Yeah, so I mean, I have to keep the receipts, but
Oh,
I only have to use them if I get audited. So essentially, like, I just grab a giant box, do up my spreadsheet, submit my expenses, and then throw everything in the box and hope to God that no one ever cares.
As someone who always throws away and shreds my receipts, I would not be very good at that.
Well, you see, that was me, but now that I know I have to keep them, they're everywhere. Like, my work pockets are stuffed full of them, or like kitchen counters stuffed full of them. I'm like,
The paper annoys me. Receipt paper. I feel like it crumples and nothing. That's a first world problem, but still.
What is your receipts made out of?
Like the same paper you have, but
Because, I mean, our receipts are pretty much indestructible. I've had some go through the washing machine and held up.
Oh, you got them CVS receipts with the million coupons on them?
length of the moon.
Uh,
I guess you don't have CVS there in Canada.
no, I have seen a CVS receipt because I spent a year and a half living in South Dakota, but I get the reference. I just don't have them here.
Yeah. I feel like they've gone longer and longer through time. As time goes on,
It's
so does
only
the
be like
CVS
9 inches. They're now 3 feet.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure of the metric conversion. I apologize.
But I mean, why
You do
don't
have
they
freedom
just
to
use an
measure.
app?
Because that would require
can.
not murdering trees.
I see your
CVS
point.
does have it where you can get the digital one now. At least I thought they did.
Checker!
Fact checker!
Getting it? I'm getting it.
Sounds like you don't like your job anymore.
No, I just had to switch screens.
I'll get you a sound effect when we need a fact check. You can tell me what you want it to be, whether you want it to be like a ding ding or whether it's to... I don't know. What sound effect do you get a fact checker?
Checker!
It's like Peter Griffin when he was handing out butt scratchers.
That's it, yeah.
Fact checker!
CVS does offer digital receipts via email. You can sign up to receive the digital receipts in their CVS.com account or through the CVS Pharmacy app. The new option for digital receipts will roll out in early June and eventually be available in 7,900 retail locations. Customers can opt out of receiving paper receipts for all in-store purchases when completing their transaction in the front of the store.
Yep, and then I check my email and there's 6,000 things from CVS. And they're all
Right. What they don't tell you is that you're signing up for notifications.
And probably one of those things, if you have to do any returns, you're now going to have to print out that receipt unless they get their lookup, which the next thing underneath it, can CVS look up receipts? Short answers, if you use your card and it's within the last 60 days.
Okay. So,
Anything without receipt and they can't look it up, you may be able to make a return with receipt without the receipt for store credit only. They'll probably put it at the lowest price listed for that in the last 90 days.
Well, yeah. Congratulations, Ohm. Congratulations.
They got their weapon? They're free from
No.
Eureka?
Apparently they just killed the last named monster in Animos for the second time today.
But
I mean, I think the correct response for that is congratulations. I don't know what else to say. Is it like my sympathies? I don't know.
unless they're going Well, I mean, it is Gratz, depending, because everything has a 2-hour lockout, so everybody's probably leaving and starting a fresh instance if there's one there.
I was fact checked. It's Noctorious Monster.
Yeah, the NMs.
The NMs, yeah. I don't know what I said, but I apologize because I'm sure I backed that up.
Named monster.
Named monster.
Cancel Debbie doesn't know what an NM is. Of all the things, Deb. Of all the things. When I get canceled, it'll be for something way cooler.
And my brain just went into the toilet with that one.
That's probably where it come from. Yeah.
No, that's degenerate. I would at least be on a soapbox when I get taken down.
No, I was gonna say, but she probably knows what a BM is. So, anywho, let's go back to other conversation.
Yeah, let's.
Sorry, the poo brain is spreading. The poo brain is spreading. Oh,
Like-
doo-doo. Oop, shiny quarter.
Ooh, candy.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
No more chocolate. I had my couple of pieces for the moment.
That's unfortunate. I had cinnamon toast crunch with chocolate milk for dinner.
Ooh, I had
Like-
spaghetti.
Chocolate milk on the side, or the milk in it was chocolate milk?
Milk in it was chocolate milk. I'm an adult!
I think you're 3 kids in a trench coat. Change my mind.
Don't
just
look at the
looked at
picture.
Ew.
Did you also have a glass of chocolate milk on the side?
No, I didn't. I
For
had
sure.
been drinking funny water for a while and I didn't want to overload.
Oh, yeah.
Fizzy water.
Hi. You okay? What's happening?
That makes me remember I have dizzy chicken left over.
Dizzy chicken.
Rotisserie. It spins till it's done.
There were
Oh.
2 maps. There were 2 maps at this location.
I have another one somewhere.
Zom just asked a question, how do I friend people I was playing with in Eureka?
You go to contacts. and
Oh,
social.
yeah. So if you go to social, and yeah, like you said, go to contacts, it'll show you the last number of people you were in an instance with.
He says they're showing it's in a different zone.
Maybe it doesn't count if you went in with them. I don't know.
It shouldn't matter if they're in a different zone, unless they're.
Thanks, Blizz. Can't even get your coding right.
Unless they're still in the instance and you're not, and it doesn't go inside an instance. So, for example, if someone's in a dungeon, you can't friend them. But the moment they get out of the dungeon, even if they're in a different zone on the same world as you, you can. It for the same reason, it doesn't even let you send tells to people who are in dungeons. Wee!
Debbie, you said that and my cat responded.
No.
Who responded?
My cat
Aww.
meowed at you.
I get that all the time.
Cat whisperer. No, my cat came from outside. She's all wet and she's on my clean blanket.
Aww.
Okay, fact checker has to step away for a minute. I gotta take a bathroom break.
Okay, so no one's not allowed to say anything that we don't know what's true.
I'm a
Is that English?
No, it was not.
Oh, Canadian.
Okay.
Go.
So how was work this week, Debbie?
Woo! Work was okay. Actually, in general, I kind of feel okay today, so I'm doing good.
I'll have to fix that.
Okay, so I think maybe this is something I do want to be like oversharing vocal about, is I am suffering right now from something called ADS, antidepressant discontinuation syndrome. Mm-hmm. And it's not because I have depression problems per se, but I was put on an antidepressant 3 years ago that is off-label prescribed as a pain relief for fibromyalgia, which I do suffer from. And I tapered off over 6 weeks, but just like a week ago went from the lowest dose to nothing. So I'm experiencing a lot of withdrawal symptoms, which has been varying in severity every day. And I don't envy anyone at all who's experienced it, because it is absolutely horrible. But I take it one day at a time, and today is the first day I've felt somewhat normal most of the day. So I take that as a win. But my heart goes out to anyone who's had to do it before or who may have to do it in the future, because getting off some of these drugs, especially ones that deal with serotonin and norepinephrine, is brutal. It's brutal. Your brain has to relearn how to create those neurotransmitters in order to make you normal again.
Yeah, I've definitely heard about it.
Yeah.
I have been there and I have done that.
It's brutal.
Almost killed me. Yep.
So shout out to people who have done it. You guys are crazy brave, because especially if the reason you have gone on it is for depression or anxiety, like I can't even imagine like having to face that and go off the drug at the same time. Like but today you learn if you are going off those drugs and do experience any sort of negative or self-harming thoughts, you need to seek medical help immediately. Like, it's not just an okay thing if you're going off drugs and having those feelings. It is not an okay thing. You got kicked at second door, all three. Oh no. Yeah, I feel kind of accomplished, because at least I got to the fourth floor. Like, I totally had anything to do with that, but...
It's a 3-coffer day, she said.
Listen, the day's not over yet.
Oh, we're halfway there. That's that.
Cookie on a stair.
Cousin.
Fact checker back online.
Welcome back.
I went and got my chicken and cheese and bread.
Ooh.
Should
Figured
use
if
you to
I'm going
look.
to be enjoying, I'm going to be snacking.
Okie dokie.
Should use you to look up obscure song lyrics.
Ooh, give it to me, give it to me.
I can't.
I might not
feel
even need
like
a computer
chicken
for it.
tonight, like chicken tonight.
That's a advertisement for
Head on.
Clap on, clap off. The clapper.
again an advertisement.
Those are actually really handy if you can get them to work.
Yeah, you gotta avoid other clapping sounds when you're using it.
No clap.
I've gotta stop saying certain things out loud. I am sorry.
Oh man.
I could imagine that happening, and the lights just going on and off. Like there's
Stroke.
Oh my god.
Let's go rape style. Sandstorm going in the background.
Okay, wow. Was that my last map? I think it was.
Oh, you just obtained one. Or didn't you?
A map? No, I did not.
Let me get the picture.
But it's fine. I can go gather one if we need to.
Oh my.
But I think we still have a lot of people with maps, so
Got 4 on the docket.
there we go.
It looks like our two are in the same area.
Yeah, there's 3 that overlap. All the Cosmos are the same spot, it looks like.
Llama.
A llama?
Okay, fact checker, what's the difference between an alpaca and a llama? Fact checker?
Fact
Don't
checker!
bother. Fit. Or maybe they both fit.
Falling asleep on the job. Minus
Luke
50
Lamette
bits.
didn't have to do anything with a llama.
Lol.
Hmm.
I mean, technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Llama face.
Teenage boys have alpaca hair, not llama hair.
Wait, what? I've never heard of either of these things. Well, I've heard of teenage boys, but other than that, I don't know what.
Okay, I got it.
Alpacas are good for winter socks. Okay.
And llamas are not?
Like,
Right.
It was fading. Never mind.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm having a very bad lag spike. Oh, there it's over. Size. Llamas are larger than alpacas. Hair. Llamas have coarse hair, alpacas have soft, fluffy hair. And face shape. This is the exact wording they're using here, so I'm going to repeat it. Llamas have long and banana-shaped eyes and long faces, while alpacas have short and pointy ears and short and blunt faces.
So it sounds like alpacas are just cuter. They're
And nicer,
smaller,
'cause
they're
llamas are
fluffier, and
instantly active.
yeah.
They're gentle and social, and llamas are usually used as pack animals and guards for other animals in the barnyard. Or, yeah, llamas are the guard animals, and alpacas are bred for their wool.
Okay.
The alpacas.
One's cute and one's an angry monster.
Parading around as a cute person.
So wait, yeah, alpacas are the cute ones, but I mean, maybe. Oh man, I forgot her name.
Yzma?
Not Yzma. The main character of Dawn Trail.
Oh. No, don't remind her.
How could you forget? We had to talk to her every quest. We're waiting for her every quest.
This is the brain at work. Suppression.
Suppression. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I don't have Stockholm syndrome. Stop talking to me.
Oh no. Weak Lamette, yeah. Okay, so like she was afraid of alpacas like they were llamas. Maybe she heard some bad llama stories when she was younger and thought that they were alpacas.
Maybe she got sat on by a llama when she was.
Disco!
That's my
You
head.
don't usually sit on you, they spit on you.
Or never mind.
All the sentence bit.
Probably that too, but that's besides the point. Wrong channel for that.
The shit and spit special.
What the ever loving crap, Phil?
Sing wrong.
Oh man. But apparently that's true. So I watch a lot of really niche things on YouTube, and one of them is like
Is that
sheep shearing. And the person I watch who does sheep shearing also occasionally shears alpacas. And apparently, like, the spit smells absolutely god-awful because it's like digestive juices that have been soaking in fermenting grass. And it's legitimately nasty. It's not just like, ew, I was spit on. Is it, which one?
The lady with the really short hair?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know her.
I find it really interesting. The other thing I watch is, like, Hoof.
Hoof GP!
Yeah, well, I don't watch the Hoof GP. I watch Nate the Hoof Guy, who is, I think, a little bit more gentler sometimes.
You people.
Huh?
What the hell is wrong with you people?
I think you're just
been through some stuff and seen some things.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I pre-ordered his book and I have a signed copy of it.
That's
Oh, wow.
good ASMR when he's working on your book, but still, there's a time and a place, guys.
And Sherry Lewis used to work with sheep too.
I feel like that's a joke that I don't get.
I'm seriously questioning, is that serious or a joke?
What?
6 and 1, half a dozen of you guys.
Are we talking about lamb chop or are we talking
We are.
about actual sheep?
Lamb chops are sheep, just in sock form.
With a giant hand.
It was meant to be a joke. We like it. We're moving on.
Hang on, I want to explore that one a little further.
I'm not talking about you and sheep.
Wow, the fact that you would even insinuate that ruffles my fluffles.
Disco.
No. Let's go. Moo.
Disco the 70s.
Disco no go.
Disco Stews running away from you.
Oh yeah.
And Uma Thurman says it once in Pulp Fiction. That's what I think of every time Debbie says disco.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yep.
A lot
I
of
have to
interesting
rewatch
stuff.
that one.
A lot of interesting stuff happened there.
Yeah.
Aw, I'm sorry you're getting sleepy, Catherine. Have a good night.
Well, thanks for coming.
Phil will take your coffer.
What? Bold of you to assume one's even gonna drop.
Oops. Did I go too far? Yeah, I did. Oh, my umbrella! Stupid umbrella. Why do they even have it so that the umbrella comes out in an open world zone?
Because you set it to do that.
No, I set it so that it would come out in a city. What the?
It doesn't make a distinction, and you knew that. You know
Listen,
all this.
this... Oh, it was alpha. Thank you for the plankton moaning. I was super confused.
Now you got me curious. What happened?
There was just like this moaning I heard.
Like a good moaning, a bad
No,
moaning?
like a haunted... I don't even know.
A llama just spit on me moaning? Like, what are we talking about here? Cow getting its hoof done? Like, there's a lot of options.
Aw, Zoam's down to his last fish. Congratulations.
You can get rid of fish. Now it's time for you to try.
Oh dear.
No, I mean, he only has one more fish left to catch in the whole game.
Hmm? And how did he get there? By getting rid of the ones he already caught.
Listen, Phil, I'm not ready to let go.
I'm gonna go your retainers and desynth them all for you.
Yep.
Steal
Listen.
your fish.
I'll come over, Deb. We'll have a LAN party. Just don't go to the bathroom or you're going to be fishless when you come back.
Oh no! My retainers have been trained to protect my goods at all cost.
And they're
You
like,
don't have
"No."
any goods, you just have trash.
They're like, yeah, we'll protect your goods, not these fish.
You know how bad this smells?
The Chocobo's just happy they're all out of the Chocobo bags at the moment.
You're just playing Russian roulette with all your storage spaces to see who can survive the longest without abandoning it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but now my Chocobo saddlebags are filled with bait, so that's probably not too much better.
No, it's not. Plus, depending on size, the bird might just eat the bait. I don't know if chocobos.
Do Chocobos eat
harmless.
fish bait?
Well,
Worms.
like, what is it? Like giant worms? Like, what do they eat out in the wild? Are they carnivores? Do they eat bugs?
Fact checker, what do emus eat? They're close.
Listening, I was already typing, believe it or not.
Fact checker!
Fact checker.
Emus eat Australians. Huh, didn't see that coming.
Everything eats Australians.
That's how they won
They're
the war.
omnivores.
So they
Okay.
would eat bugs. Boom, I win.
So
I love
insects
being
like
right.
crickets, cockroaches,
Let's
and
go.
ants.
I love being right about everything forever.
It doesn't become burdensome.
The various types of grasses, as well as insects like crickets, cockroaches, and ants. They'll eat a whole host of other insects and arthropods, including caterpillars, spiders, beetles, centipedes, and millipedes. And 43 species of plants have been recorded in their diet.
But they don't eat spiders.
No, they do eat spiders.
Oh, okay.
The other insects and arthropods, include caterpillars, spiders, beetles, centipedes, and millipedes. And 43 different species of plants, which is probably fruiting plants, grass, and other.
Okay, if there is anyone watching this who can draw, I seriously now want a tiny little sketch comic of my Chocobo eating a giant spider off my character's shoulder. Like, I'm just minding my own business and I look over and there's a spider and I start to freak out and my Chocobo eats it.
Debbie, are you anti-AI?
Am I anti-spider?
AI. AI.
Artificial
Oh,
intelligence?
anti-AI. No? No.
Because AI could do that for you real easy.
Don't do it.
It's a trap.
Well, AI,
That's a trap.
AI had to be taught how to draw, and where did it learn? Regular artists. Time you use AI, you're screwing out a regular artist.
Okay, but I mean, there's a difference between having something just to meme on it for fun and, like, creating something that I intend to sell. And I don't intend to sell this. I just want to meme on it for a bit.
That's how it starts.
God, it's a slippery slope.
First, you think this is pretty cool. I bet I could type other stuff in here. And then you type other stuff in there. And then it's just furry porn.
How
Is that how we get there? Oh,
Step one.
All slippery slopes end there. If you didn't know that, well,
now you do.
Someone's
Dang,
speaking from
look at that.
experience.
welcome to the new Roaring 20s. Everything ends in furries.
Step 1, harmlessly download AI for art. Step 2, something. Step 3, furry porn. Man.
Sounds like profit to me.
Damn it, I always end up here.
So all roads lead to fairies.
Oh man.
Depends on what book you're reading.
What was the book that had it recently?
Court of
God.
Thorns and Roses or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's one.
I haven't
Someone-
read it.
there's
No,
a mess.
I have not started those
I'm
yet.
aware of the news.
What?
You know.
What did I miss?
I mean, even the Shadowhunter books had fairies in them.
Wait. What kind of fairies?
Very angry ones, because they were half human, half angel, and they did mean things.
Well, they're fairies. They do mean things as a matter of principle.
You sound very versed in this subject.
I don't want to talk about this.
I hear you're not supposed to give fairies your bones.
That's supposed to give them a lot of things. I don't want to talk about it.
And don't eat their food, no matter what.
Don't even
But it's
talk to
so
them.
delicious. I want to talk to them.
Just want to do things.
Uh,
Da 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 da. We'll be right back.
For more fairies.
All the fairies. Anyone in here versed in the Dresden Files?
I've
No.
heard of it.
Can't
It's a book
I haven't read it
series.
yet.
It's amazing.
And it's good. It's like urban fantasy kind of thing, or am I just remembering?
No, it's fantasy, yeah. Urban fantasy. That's exactly what it is.
Disco.
I grew up reading like Dragon Riders of Pern, Narnia, Tolkien, Hobbit, all that kind of good stuff.
Wait, no. That's
Tell you what, that Dragon Riders of Pern though is very intense.
intense.
What kind of tense?
Yeah.
We're pitched.
Nice.
Giggity giggity. All right.
Alright. Love that old WoW joke, though. I'm a TP, I'm a wigwam. I'm a TP, I'm a wigwam. Relax, man, you're too tense.
Wasn't that a Torn joke?
I think so.
Burgers told jokes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, one of them was here's the beef.
I have a friend who sounds just like female Torn. That is female. She is awesome.
Nice.
Debbie, when you played WoW, did you raid?
Briefly in Lich King.
Ooh, what were you?
Priest.
Ew.
Yeah,
Someone's got-
my boyfriend at the time was tank, so we kind of came as a set.
Oh no, you were one of those.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sorry. those asinine tanks with their strung along pocket healers.
Pretty much.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Were
I
you?
wonder if there's Mark.
Ice Crown, I was actually tanking on my warrior, and Jonathan was running his paladin. So
I
yeah,
was a Fury Warrior.
I always had so much trouble because I played it like during high school, so I only like played during the summer, so I was never able to catch up. So I was always like behind, so I missed all of like Lich King. I heard it was good.
Oh, that stinks.
So I'm only rated in the Burning Crusade and Lich King as a resto druid. That's cool.
For
I
days.
was peak WoW in Lich King. Like, I was there for the midnight release, and I played, like, as soon as I got home. So that was, like, the most WoW I've ever been. And then I left.
Then you grew up.
I mean, the story was gonna be more than that, but I left just prior to Cataclysm, I think, due to some drama, and haven't really played much since then.
As always happens in WoW.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
I think the one expansion I really played a lot before I stopped playing, just because I got busy with life, was like Mist and Daria. But I really loved that one. So I have a lot of good memories. But I was wondering, I wonder, it's been time, but people still say it's one of their top expansions. So I guess I had a good time.
Too long after Ice Crown, I switched over to playing a mage, and found that I was really good at that.
Staying away, yeah.
Just throwing up portals for money?
Don't take me off, you're going old Dow.
Have any of you guys played?
Drop.
Have any of you guys ever played any of the Guild Wars 2 or 1?
No.
I really like it. Both of them. It's different though. It's very actiony, sort of.
Okay,
Faster.
so naming no names, but I was going through some of my YouTube comments the other day, and I was put in my place because apparently games like Guild Wars and stuff are far superior to Final Fantasy XIV. And so, unbiased opinion, like, is it?
No.
No.
Whatever game you like the most is the best game. It's kind of like wines. People tell you a $50 bottle of wine is better than a $30 bottle of wine, and a $100 wine blows it all away. And a vintner in Italy told my sister, whatever you like is actually the best wine, because everybody's tastes are different.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Now...
what I like though about Guild Wars 2 that I think it does do better is exploration, mounts kind of, but also the wardrobe and dice system.
Okay. So, see, that's what I'm more willing to believe, and more to your point, Linda, is that they might do some things better, but that doesn't make it a superior game?
There's one thing that's really niche that I do think it does really, really well compared to Final Fantasy is when you're out exploring the world, you'll hear like NPCs talk, but like in voices, so it kind of makes the world feel a lot more alive.
Okay.
I like combat.
That is
and
true aspect.
Their map exploration is pretty good. I think
Yeah.
that stuff could use a little bit of work. The big shift that I think you find that Guild Wars and Final Fantasy contrast on is the ability to compartmentalize and skip around in the story, and also that there's a lot of horizontal progression in that game, not so much vertical progression. Like, it's a couple hours to max level if you know what you're doing and you have friends that can get you there. And from there, you can get a couple eye levels shy of the best stuff in the game. And you're encouraged to do other things, like to branch out, to do variant dungeons, to do raids, to do all this stuff, not for gear, but to experience it. Because to get the highest level of gear is a lot of work, and a lot of it's very time gated, so they don't want you rushing to get the best gear and to walk away. The other thing is you're not paying monthly for it. You buy it once, and there you go.
I feel like how sometimes people worry about Final Fantasy 14, like, oh, what's gonna happen if they reach cap, yada yada. But then I see games like Guild Wars 2 where you've been at level 80 for what, 10 years or something now,
Something close to that, yeah.
and people still play, and I like it, and there's still a sense of not progression, but like,
you don't even have to look that hard. Like, Final Fantasy 11 is on 20 years and still has a pretty decent cult following.
Well, they mean in terms of game progression, like does it become stale when everybody sits at max level? And Guild Wars, to a point, solved that by letting you get to max level relatively quickly, and then giving you a ton of things to do
Right.
once you get there. Some of it's obnoxious, some of it's just tedious. But I didn't care for the crafting system, which is why I didn't stay. I thought the crafting system was needlessly complex and pointless.
It's like clicking some things.
It wasn't even that for me. I wanted to have a complete recipe book, and the fact that you're like, oh, this sigil adds strength,
Oh,
this type of gear.
Mm.
yeah.
You have to craft everything with this sigil in order to show the recipe for it. And it's like, I don't want to make the same piece of gear 16 different times just to have it in my book, you know? And then your not spell book, your crafting log is cluttered as all hell. And I'm like, this is stupid. This could be streamlined. But you know what? I don't have to play. And I logged out right next to a crafting table, and I think I uninstalled it a month ago. Because I was like, I'm never coming back. It was fun, though. I was supposed to be a rogue, and I had 2 pistols. Because that's quiet.
Uh-huh. I end up, I think it'd be worth Debbie trying out one time this year after you play Triangle Strategy. For like one day.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
Both are very different. They're both worth trying out.
Okay.
I guess the first one.
Are they free to
was very
play?
old. Fact checker. Fact checker.
Fact checker!
I know the 2 you have to
Already on it.
buy to play. I think. Actually, no anymore.
Well, that's it. I don't mind buying the game, but it doesn't have a subscription to access.
That one I can tell you no.
So you figured out the question?
What's
Checker,
that?
did we figure out the question?
How much is Guild Wars?
When I got into it, I got everything up to like the first 5 expansions, and I did it as a big bundle. I think it set me back like 70-80 bucks. But if you were getting just the base game to goof around with it, why am I asleep? Probably shouldn't be too bad. I want to say that
$39.99.
it's 40 to get in.
The complete collection, Guild Wars complete collection is $39.99.
Okay.
The original. And 2, I think, is. Oh my god, I can't fucking tell.
I wouldn't play 1. I would not play 1. It would offend your modern sensibilities.
When did it come out?
Ages ago.
07?
They have the first one, Guild Wars 1. Yeah, no, the hamster that runs it is probably getting up in years. But they said they leave the server on because it doesn't cost them wieners and resources.
Release Guild War Prophecies, April 28th, 2005.
Wow.
Some memories of walking at Walmart or Target with the right next to the WoW.
You can play Guild Wars 2 on a quote-unquote free account, and you can play the entire core version of the game. The caveat is that free accounts come with restrictions. The big thing I think Guild Wars did right is that, like, say you take, what are you right now? A Sage? Classes over there can use several different weapon types. And the type of weapon you have in your main hand and your offhand determines the combination of attacks you can actually use. Like, as a... I don't know if I was a thief, I think it was a thief. As a thief with twin pistols, I had access to a completely different slew of attacks than somebody who had, like, a dagger and a pistol. And they would have different attacks from somebody who had a pistol and a dagger. Depending on where you put weapons, some of your skills would shift around. So it's an interesting thing, and their biggest thing that everybody got hype about is they were starting to add more weapons to the different classes, and they don't have Holy Trinity style classes over there. Like, everybody's a tank, everybody's a healer, everybody's a DPS, everybody's responsible for yourself, and expert dodging is what will keep you alive in most cases. But they were just adding I think they were giving pistols to what we would call a paladin. Which I think was the best thing ever. And I was like, I kind of want to play this. And I'm like, oh, you got to get through this, and that to unlock those. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I'm not leveling that character up just to get pistols on paladin. But they had like fire mages with pistols. And I was like, oh, everybody's getting guns. This is awesome.
America.
All the mages got guns. Actually, yeah, all the mages got guns. So.
Yep. They gave him guns. And I was playtesting it when they opened it up to the public beta or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. This ain't too bad.
I think something really unique that I like is one class is that I haven't found in any MMO or any game is like the Mesmer. It's kind of like the illusionist, all purple butterflies. But...
Mesmer is wild. Also, gotta have a friend who's a Mesmer that's good at the jump puzzles.
I know that it makes it easy to
now. I don't want to age myself too much here, but
I'll go ahead.
The first MMO that I really got into was EverQuest. And and what I really liked about it was the immersion part. Like, there were people all over the world speaking different languages, and you had to speak with the person to slowly learn the language to understand what they were saying. And I wish there was something like that these days, like a very immersive MMO, where skills are kind of micromanaged like that.
They're not going to do that because it lacks the necessary mainstream appeal to get greenlit by a large budget studio. See,
you just broke my heart, Phil. That's exactly what's wrong with the gaming industry right now.
I would hard disagree. Approachability is probably paramount to a game's success. And you put in something like that, people are going to go, nope, that's too much time. I want to just see what this person has to say and not have to carry out 6,000 different conversations with people who speak that language. Is it immersive? Yes. Is it a giant roadblock to people who are like, I just want big numbers and goody-good chemicals? Also yes.
There's a battleground somewhere. Is it personal, like...
Yeah, shout out to the EQ players in Party, yeah.
Shout out to people who leveled up their falling skills so they don't die.
Especially if they were wood elves. Oh my god. Listen, I have fond memories of the game. And I think a game like that could create fond memories today. I feel, like you said, that no one's willing to take the risk. I
never realized how expensive MMOs are until I got older. Because when I was like a teen, you don't think about it.
Like but developing or buying into?
Or both.
Yeah, I was watching something by Josh Strife Hayes recently, and he goes, if someone came to me and asked for me to consult on them and said, I want to make an MMO, I'd say, one, you are stupid because that's a lot of money to throw away for no reason, and two, you're passionate. Make anything else. MMOs are such a high-risk, low-reward market, and they're so expensive to develop, maintain, and make. And the only reason you'd ever do it is because you're incredibly passionate about it. Or you just have a shit ton of cash to burn. And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, no, for the most part, he's right. If they had tried to make Baldur's Gate 3 an online, always MMO-type experience, it would have ballooned things to the point where it would have been unfeasible. The amount of detail and love and passion would have made it fantastic, but it would have costed them more than a small fraction.
I feel like, when WoW kind of blew up, because it did get so big and had like the biggest MMO ever. So many people and studios wanted to create their own, catch their own lightning in a bottle. And then some stayed around, some are still around, of course, but most end up floundering.
And so here's my thought, is that 14 kind of lost its way when it got super popular in Shadowbringers and Endwalker. And I would have mad respect for Square Enix if at this point in time they just stood back from it and was like, listen, we got the success we wanted. We did what we wanted to do. And now we're going to step away from it. We're going to cater mostly to an Asian audience and start on the next Final Fantasy XIV MMO 5 years in the making sort of thing. Like, I just...
Why would you say they lost their way?
I'm like, how do I say this concisely and not take an hour and a half to say it?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just lighting my torch and sharpening my pitchfork.
Especially during Shadowbringers. I'm getting my pitchfork ready.
Well, no. I don't think that they did anything wrong. I think that the popularity that it gained with like the WoW Exodus put way too much pressure on them, and the result of all that pressure is why Dawn Trail was so safe. Is because they felt that they had too much to lose at that point in time, and it wasn't a good opportunity to do the passion projects that they wanted to do with the game. They were basically probably had a whole bunch of ideas and were told no, because now was not the time to take risks because of how many active players they had. Whereas if they had kept the game smaller and a passion project, it would have been potentially a lot more innovative in what we saw during the last expansion. Is probably my biggest point.
I do feel like the game, they tend to play it pretty safe and kind of formulaic.
Because I'm not getting that vibe from Dawn Trail at all.
No?
Nope, not even a little. I'm curious if you're willing to elaborate on that. As we get kicked out.
As we get kicked out. The dungeon's like, I will hear none of this.
Dungeon's like, safe, you say? I will safe my boot in your ass.
You are the weakest link.
Right. I mean, there can be arguments made for other sides, like maybe Dawn Trail being a America's centric expansion through them. They were trying to be both respectful and maintain the same feel as like Stormblood did for Asia. Like, I don't.
I have an opinion.
Yeah.
Another one chef debut is still forming her. I kind of I think more as far as formulaic is what I was kind of thinking, and that I like the consistency of we get a patch and that's kind of what we're getting, but also like sometimes I feel like they should add a bit more just surprises, and they are, but a lot of it's like still like battle content. It's hard to formulate my thoughts also. At 9 o'clock at night almost.
Well, that's it. It's late, and I've been up a very long time, and I'm trying to find my words that aren't just recycled words that other creators have used, because I have seen a lot of videos about the Dawn Trail reception and how people have felt about it.
I have maybe like one instance, I guess one thing is like, so Alliance raids are like my end game for me because I don't do the higher level stuff. I always kind of hoped though they would change even like the amount of bosses even now and then, because I feel like sometimes 4 bosses can be a lot for some of the alliances. Like, even I was kind of hoping they would change it to like say 3 bosses but a little longer and a bit more interesting mechanics in some of them. I actually think the Nier one was pretty good, but again, it's like you're gonna have 4 fights. Like how to loot, how loot's gonna work. You're gonna have a cap of 450. You kind of. I like it.
If you want to talk about how important pacing is to an Alliance raid, tell me how you feel about Paradigm's Breach. Because Paradigm's Breach is the one Alliance raid where they really messed with the pacing of it, and you can feel it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that
agree with
Alliance
one.
raid feels like it takes twice as long as any other because they threw in the second door boss. And
I
it
think
just should not have happened.
I think the second door boss is okay. I think just like the bosses in general have way too much health, especially
Well,
like
that's
the first
it.
and second one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and yeah. I guess the second door boss. I thought you meant like that mini boss right before that boss.
Well, what I'm talking about is, namely Hansel and Gretel. If Hansel and Gretel had half the amount of hit points that they do, it wouldn't have been so bad. But the fact that they have a full boss's worth of health just throws the raid off, in my opinion.
I thought they were a boss.
But, I mean, that's one more boss than most raids normally have.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of mini bosses in all of the near raids.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't specifically call out Paradigm's Breach. I'm still reeling from calling Dawntrail safe.
Okay, so in your opinion, what innovations or risks did they take with Dawntrail?
Decentralizing the story from us.
What do you mean? Oh, taking it away from the protagonist being the Warrior of Light.
Yeah, essentially. I would say that's a fair criticism or observation, is that we're not the primary protagonist for the majority of the main story.
It's a departure from previous expansions, but it's not innovative because A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, we were very much in the back seat there.
Where were you in Heavensward?
Heavensward, we were ostracized. We were exiled from Eorzea for most of it, and then, well, I guess not Eorzea. Korthus was still technically part of Eorzea, but...
Like in actual like Ishgard area, we're kind of
I
like
wouldn't
that.
say
I can't
that
remember.
I wouldn't say that we were backseated.
No?
Not even a little. I mean, we went there, and there was Ysel, there was Istinian, there was the trek to the Dread. Like, that entire thing, if we were not there, Ysel would have Shivad Ishgard, and it would have gotten even worse. I would wager that the dragons would have won, because Ishgard would have been picking a fight with Ysel, and dragons would have been like, oh look, they're distracted, let's kill them all now.
Okay, so your point is that if the Warrior of Light never came to Triodol at all, the outcome would not have been different. I'm just asking. Like, we're so removed that ultimately our presence didn't change anything.
I would argue yes. Spoilers,
Okay.
plug your ears for about 15 seconds. I don't think things would have gone down the way they did. I don't think Luke would have gotten kidnapped. I think she would have eventually come into her own. I think her father would have taken a larger role when he saw that she was struggling. And she would have gotten her pep talk. She would have come into her own. She would have bullshit power magnified. And she would have gone on to the rest of the trial. Her and Koana would have teamed up with the rest of the Scions, with or without us, and beaten that trial, and so forth. I don't think our inclusion was mandatory for the story at all.
Yeah, I actually agree with both Phil and Debbie to a point. Because actually, I do like how we're more removed. I know a lot of players don't. But I like how we're taking a step back. But also kind of, when Phil was talking about Heavensward, I kind of think that was kind of my ideal as far as involvement. Because we're not like always the hero, because there was a lot of other important characters in Heavensward, like Estini and Ysel and stuff. But we're still part of the story, and things
Right.
change because of us. So I felt like Heavensward kind of had a good balance. Again, it's been many years since I played, so my memory's going.
You should play the award-winning expansion to Heavensward, Final Fantasy.
But I mean,
Back.
we still had other people that we looked up to and respected back in Heavensward, where we knew that we weren't the best educated, most qualified person to run anything.
Oh,
Whereas now it's kind of become a meme that the Warrior of Light is omni-capable and should probably just become dictator of Hydaelyn.
just ask Philip, he'll back us up.
I think. Oh, what the heck will happen? They need to really kind of introduce, because obviously the story kind of made it so the Warrior Light's the most powerful single person, pretty much, in the world as we know it. It feels like.
I mean, we are.
That's why I feel like they need to emphasize on stupidity, because I think
But
not
then-
stupidity, but like.
But it
There's
goes
ways
too
to-
far. Like in that kidnap scene where we have to keep pressing the button even though anyone who's playing the game knows how stupid it is, that we didn't immediately see this as a problem. Like,
What they need to do is like give us like a good story or a good part. It's a bit of a mystery where our strength and intelligence doesn't help solve everything. That's not so obvious, but that requires a lot of time and writing, which can be difficult.
yeah.
What are the stories that do it? With hard.
I find that anyone making an excuse for a company that makes as much money as Square Enix, oh, they don't have resources, they don't have time, they don't have this, bullshit. They absolutely do. They're just not doing it properly, or they're not choosing to.
Okay, so nice. So Broik made a point that I've been mulling over in my head. And this is maybe copium, but best case scenario, they pulled their strongest writers and are working in the background on the next reiteration of the Final Fantasy MMO because they know how broken 14 source code is, and they know that they're not going to be able to carry this long term. Now, is that wishful thinking? Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But it would explain why they left so much on the table for Dawn Trail, and why, like, they wouldn't be able to say anything. They wouldn't want anyone to know that they were working on the next one, but...
That's what kind of was saying when I said like it's difficult to do because not every writer is the same, and some are just gonna be better than others.
Not every storyline is the same either. I mean, there's been comparisons that I've heard because I don't know how to keep my ears closed. There's a couple videos going around. Is 14 entering its Shadowlands expansion? And I'm like, nah, we're close to the shark, but we haven't jumped it yet.
That was kind of bad, from what I heard.
It
Story-wise.
ham-fisted and retconned a lot that really should have been left alone, and they were just kind of grasping at straws. But I think that there's a lot of criticism. I think a lot of the criticism that Dawn Trail endures is undeserved because, one, it's not finished. So,
well, yeah.
Judge a book series that's not complete. You're going to look like an ass when it's done. And two, you're coming off of Shadowbringers plus Endwalker, which is just peak. Unless you top that, and you can't by trying to tell a new story, having to lay new groundwork, you're not going to be able to. And so it's just
Awesome.
Jumps off the top of a mountain, and then it's like, well, why isn't there a higher mountain there to catch us? Well, we have to lay groundwork.
I gotta agree with that. Now, I don't know. I was gonna say this might be
Final
controversial,
chamber.
but what?
I'm talking about Dawn Trail.
Not about Dawn Trail, but which expansion do you guys like more, Shadowbringers or Endwalker?
Shadowbringers.
I
put them together as one big one. Controversial opinion, hot take, whatever. I see them as one big expansion, personally.
I like Shadowbringers a lot more than I thought I would, because when we found out that we were going to another shard thing, I wasn't happy because so much to explore in that own world. I was like, why are we going when we barely covered anything? But then they explained it and introduced Grahatia, who's like my favorite character. And I liked the...
As long as you get your favorite character.
Oh, that too. But I liked the... What was it? The... Oh my god. I guess how grounded parts of it felt. Because you're going through like the struggles. It felt like playing like a classic JRPG to me. Which I liked.
See, I loved Endwalker, but it felt like the major payoff of Endwalker was for longtime players. Like, I felt that my emotional impact from it was so big because I've been playing since 2.0, and I'm not certain that everyone would have gotten the same thing from it if they're newer players.
I wouldn't disagree. I would, however, question, is that really an issue?
Oh. Speaking of Endwalker, 3 minutes. Can you guys explain something to me who's too stupid to understand? I didn't really get Ultima Thule. I didn't get if they're real or not, or what was going on there. I didn't ever want to ask.
When we went to Ultima Thule, when we got there, the hunk of land and all that stuff is there. The civilizations were put there by Medion to illustrate some of the races that she had come across to indicate to us that existence is futile and meaningless, and essentially told them to fuck off in the most dramatic way possible. Exactly.
So Ultima Thule, at the most basic level, is a blackboard of potential. All it is that potential energy of the universe that can take any shape based on the needs of the people within it. So, essentially, yes, we were put into a giant blackboard to illustrate a point.
That makes some sense.
That is one probable explanation. I think we have one open in Yaktel. Oh, someone's going for it.
Mamook.
Yeah. At least the way that I understood it, it was the hunks of rock were there, but she had put a bunch of stuff in there to make a point. Which I'm not sold that that's really the far edge of the universe.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a stretch, unless we're in a very small universe. But either way, it like Debbie said, it's just a black.
So like all those sad dragons, like. Real?
They were illustrations of a civilization
that
media come across. Like they are, I don't know how acute she was in her representation of them, but I perceive it essentially as that she cloned them and put them there, or stole them from where they were and put them there just to prove them.
Yeah, she manifested into flesh the memories she had of those people.
Yeah.
Then we go to philosophy. What does it mean to be real?
Exactly. So then that's the whole point of the tribal quests in that area.
That's not tribal. They're allied societies.
Okay, the allied societies is that these people who are not sure whether or not they're real decide to make a real place to live by manipulating the potential of the area into a new home. It's all incredibly bizarre.
It's existential and thought-provoking. And I mean, if you look at the end of Dawn Trail, equally thought-provoking. Oddly similar.
Yeah.
Are we real? Are we going to do something? And the fallout, but nonetheless, it steps outside the bounds of what you would find a typical RPG 10-15 years ago targeting.
Yeah.
You know, because there's only so many times you can say level 1 kill rats, level 100 kill god.
Right. Does anyone have one more? Okay, yeah, let's do it, Zone. We're in the middle of this, so. Might as well keep going.
We're still talking about Dawn Trail. Let us finish.
Let him cook. So the last zone of Dawn Trail, I cried the entire time because of the. I know, right? Because of the understanding I have of death and having lost important people in my life, and how it deals with, like, are they ever really gone? How do you say goodbye? How do you say goodbye if someone passes suddenly and you don't get the chance to say goodbye while they're alive, sort of thing? Like, it's all really deep stuff, but again, it relies on the player to have that sort of empathy and understanding of the point they're trying to make. If you've never experienced loss, it won't be as provoking to you.
I think one of the things you touched on is important to suss out. It relies on the player to have an understanding, and all I heard was they're marketing the game towards a mature audience.
Yeah.
Not people who are 21 plus, not people who say, I'm a big boy! People who are actually mature and understand and accept that they're going to have to deal with somebody dying at some point in their life and how they're going to pick up when that happens.
Right.
And then two things kind of on that point. Dawn Trail, I think story-wise is probably kind of like in the middle for me. There's other experiences like more and something like this. But that zone is probably the one zone in the entire game that has affected me more than any other zone.
I'll have to... Well, no, I'll let you finish. That's what I'll have to do.
Oh no, but I was going to say, you know how I talked about being a bit formulaic? I really wish like they wouldn't necessarily have 6 zones every expansion. Because I feel like I'd rather have, like, say, 5 zones, like 4 zones throughout the main story kind of thing, and have one big, giant end zone, so we could spend more time in there and really flesh it out more.
But then the shared fates log won't be balanced.
That's true.
I think the splitting it to a 6th zone isn't as big a thing to me. Simply because, again, the story can bring us back there, and we can flesh it out further with NPCs and interactions with the environment. Anyway, you got a call stream, don't you, Deb?
Yeah, it's about that time, but certainly I would like to pick up this conversation where we leave off in Discord for anyone who would like to continue speaking on it. Final thoughts. Let's wrap it up for anyone who wants to give some final thoughts here. Soapbox. No one?
I didn't get a coffee today. That's my final. This is bullshit. This game sucks.
I just wanted more combat. I just wanted more combat out of the expansion.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there were like 10 combat encounters for the whole.
Oh. Yeah, I agree. They're good. I like them, though, a lot. But, yeah, there wasn't enough.
There's going to be more. It's fun.
Okay, but not another hard one like the one in Endwalker, because that was too hard.
Which one was that?
A test of your reflexes.
I love Daddy Xenos.
Oh, God. Okay, but that was done right. I personally felt violated by what he did to our Warrior of Light. Like, they are very good. Yeah, they are very good at writing villains.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But when I think they went too far with Sphene. I think they're at their best where they have a villain that we don't have to empathize with, but might anyway.
The issue is that everyone in the industry is doing sympathetic villains, and not even just the games industry. So when we get a douchebag like Xenos, it's like, all right, why is he bad? Because he's a douchebag. I'm in. You son of a bitch. I'm in.
I think they don't have to be sympathetic. They don't have to be, but it helps to have an understanding of how they got to be a villain. Because, you know, people aren't born villains.
That's true.
See, and makes them that way.
That's where you can empathize with the Xenos, is that he had a rough childhood. He was an incredibly brilliant, gifted person who was under-challenged and not loved. So that's why he became what he was. But I can never forgive him for what he did to me. There's a difference between understanding and, like, forgiveness, I guess. But
See, but that's kind of where, well, I guess you got long off stream, but as we talk, that's something I like about Fiend overall, even compared to Emmett, even though they are similar, is I feel more, I don't know, I like the conversations where you walk around with the city with her and kind of, even though you know something's off, something's not right, it feels more amicable. Because you know what, Emmett, you're already adversaries in Xenos. It feels, when you do go to the end, you kind of see. I do like her line, though. If I could remember what it was now, at the end.
good night, Cry.
Something about being the bloodiest queen in history.
Mm.
If I remember now, I'm blanking.
No worries. But if you enjoy tonight, we do this every Friday night. If you want to join us for maps, the sign up goes up every Friday afternoon in Discord, so check it out. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining me now that everyone is kind of parted to the wind. Thank you so much to everyone who joined me in chat as well. Thank you very much.
Woot woot.
I forgot you were here.
Mostly because you stopped asking me to fact check stuff because you knew all about what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
I just sat quietly.
Thank you so much, everyone, and we will see you next time. Bye.